The morning news crackles with urgency, the air thick with anticipation. Across the city, televisions flicker to life, broadcasting a story that could reshape the region. Japan poised to send advanced warships to the Philippines, the anchor declares, eyes wide, voice sharp. The words echo through living rooms, offices, and crowded cafes, sending ripples of excitement and anxiety. In Manila's bustling streets, crowds pause to watch TV screens. Some faces are filled with hope, others with worry. Headlines scroll fast, each update fueling speculation and debate. The city seems to hold its breath, waiting for what comes next. The debate is everywhere. Online forums buzz with opinions, coffee shops hum with heated discussions, and in military outposts near the sea, officers weigh the risks and rewards. Social media lights up with hashtags and hot takes as everyone tries to make sense of the unfolding drama. This is more than just a headline. For decades, Japan has kept a low military profile, shaped by its post-war constitution. Now, all eyes are on the Japanese defense minister's visit to Manila, a moment heavy with symbolism and possibility. Cameras flash as officials shake hands, signaling a potential turning point in Asian security. The stakes? High. Warships are not just metal and guns, they are symbols of power, protection, and partnership. Their presence in Philippine waters could shift the balance, sending a message to friends and rivals alike. If the deal goes through, the Philippines could soon patrol its waters with Japanese steel, forging a new alliance on the waves. Joint patrols would mean more than just security. They would mark a new era of cooperation, watched closely by the world. In Beijing, officials monitor the news feeds, calculating their next move. In Washington, diplomats whisper about shifting tides in Asia, aware that every decision here could echo across continents. The geopolitical chessboard is in motion, and every player is alert. In small coastal towns across the Philippines, fishermen hope for a safer tomorrow. For them, these warships represent more than politics. They are a promise of protection, a chance to work without fear in their own waters. This moment is electric. History could be made, not just for two countries, but for an entire region, on edge. As dawn breaks over the Southeast Asian coastline, the world waits, watching as the next chapter in this unfolding story is written. The Japanese defense minister's plane touches down in Manila under heavy security. Cameras flash, reporters jostle for position. Every move is scrutinized, every handshake analyzed. This isn't just a courtesy call, it's a signal. Japan is stepping out of the shadows, ready to play a bigger role in Asia's security. Why now? The answer is urgency. The seas around the Philippines are growing more dangerous. Reports of maritime skirmishes fill the airwaves. Chinese ships, bristling with weapons, crowd disputed waters. Fishermen speak of threats and blockades. Tension rises with the tide. Japan understands this danger. After World War II, Japan's constitution kept its military small and defensive. But times have changed. Regional threats have forced Tokyo to rethink old rules. The Philippines is a natural partner democratic strategically located, and now, in need of help. With the world's attention, the visit is not just diplomatic theater, it's about trust, risk, and the shared promise of peace in troubled seas. Look to the waters west of Luzon, and you see more than waves. There is a silent war underway. Chinese Coast Guard ships, larger and more numerous, patrol aggressively. Filipino fishing boats are chased away, sometimes rammed. The West Philippine Sea has become a flashpoint. One wrong move, and the world could face a crisis. This is not a distant threat. Satellite images show Chinese vessels building artificial islands, bristling with runways and radar. Military outposts grow like weeds. Filipino sailors in smaller, older ships face constant danger. Skirmishes happen almost monthly now. For ordinary Filipinos, the impact is real. Families who rely on fishing find themselves blocked from the best waters. Trade routes grow risky. There's a sense of siege. National pride is tested every day. That's why news of Japanese warships is so electrifying. It offers hope that the balance of power could shift, even a little, back toward the Philippines and its allies. For most Filipinos, the sea is life. It provides food, jobs, even identity. But the growing conflict turns this lifeline into a battlefield. Fishermen, the backbone of coastal communities, now risk their lives every trip. Some return with damaged boats, others never return at all. These are not just statistics. In towns like Masinloc or Palawan, families gather at night waiting for news. Children ask why their fathers are late. Mothers worry about the next trip. Every day, fear mixes with hope. The West Philippine Sea is also an economic artery. Oil, gas, and shipping lanes pass through these waters. If control slips away, the Philippine economy could suffer. Prices might rise, jobs could vanish, food could become more expensive. This is why defense is not just about politics or pride. It's about protecting the daily lives of millions of ordinary people. The Philippine Navy stands proud, a symbol of resilience and dedication, but it faces some pretty tough odds out at sea. Many of its ships are aging, built decades ago, showing the wear and tear of countless missions and years of service. Some vessels are hand-me-downs, from allies, retrofitted to keep them afloat, but still, lagging behind the latest technology and firepower. When Chinese ships appear on the horizon, Filipino sailors often find themselves facing vessels that are not only faster and bigger, but honestly, far more heavily armed and technologically advanced. Morale is a real struggle. The crew works hard, but the challenges can feel overwhelming. Officers are brave, committed to their duty, but they know the risks they face every time they set sail. Training missions sometimes, well, they become rescue missions. Equipment breaks down unexpectedly, and spare parts are often scarce, forcing sailors to improvise repairs at sea. Communication tools are outdated, making coordination really tough in a crisis. In high-pressure situations, every second counts, and old tech can mean the difference between success and disaster. Upgrading the Navy is not just a dream, it's a necessity for national security and the safety of those at sea. Every single month brings new incidents at sea, tense standoffs, close encounters, and constant reminders of the risks. The government knows this, but yeah, budgets are tight. Every peso counts, and tough choices have to be made. Advanced warships are expensive, and building them takes years of planning, investment, and international cooperation. That's why the offer from Japan is so important. It's not just about ships, it's about partnership, support, and a shared vision for safer seas. A modern Navy means more than just muscle. It means better protection, smarter technology, and a stronger presence in the region. It means confidence, for the sailors, for the nation, and for everyone who depends on safe seas. With every upgrade, hope grows stronger for a safer, more secure future. Japan remembers what conflict can cost. For years, its constitution kept it out of military alliances. But now, Tokyo sees a new kind of enemy, one that threatens trade, democracy, and peace in Asia. Japan's leaders believe that stability in the region is linked to their own security at home. The Philippines is not alone in facing pressure from China. Vietnam, Indonesia, and Malaysia all have similar worries. By helping Manila, Japan sends a message: we stand with our neighbors. It's not just about ships, it's about values, democracy, freedom of navigation, and rule of law. Japan has resources the Philippines needs: advanced technology, skilled shipbuilders, and experience in maritime defense. Its own navy is one of the best in the world. Sharing some of that strength is a way of building trust and creating a stronger shield for both countries. This growing alliance could shape the future of Asia, setting a powerful example for other nations on how to work together. The Abukuma class is no ordinary ship. Sleek, modern, and packed with sensors, these warships are designed for speed and stealth. They are smaller than destroyers but much more capable than patrol boats. Their main job? Hunting submarines and defending against surprise attacks from the sea. Each Abukuma-class ship carries advanced sonar, radar, and electronic warfare systems. They can spot threats before most enemies even realize they are there. Torpedoes, anti-aircraft guns, and depth charges give these ships real bite. They also have space for helicopters, adding eyes in the sky for even greater reach. For the Philippine Navy, these ships would be game changers. Patrols could cover more ground, skirmishes could turn in their favor, morale would soar. Just seeing the Japanese flag on a modern warship could make rivals think twice before pushing their luck. With Abukuma-class ships, the Philippines could start to close the gap with its rivals, turning the tides in its own waters. But new ships bring new headaches. The Abukuma class is high-tech. Filipino sailors will need months, maybe years, to master the controls. Japanese crews may train their Philippine counterparts, but the learning curve is steep. Mistakes at sea can be costly. There's also the question of maintenance. Advanced ships need special parts and skilled mechanics. The Philippines will need to upgrade its dockyards, warehouses, and supply lines. This requires money, planning, and patience. Communication systems must be updated so that the new warships can work smoothly with older vessels. Language barriers add another layer of difficulty. Manuals must be translated, and training adjusted for cultural differences. Despite these hurdles, the investment is worth it. With the right training and support, the Philippine Navy can transform itself into a modern, effective force. The impact of this deal could reach far beyond Manila and Tokyo. What begins as a bilateral agreement between two nations may soon ripple across the entire region, influencing the strategic calculations of neighbors and rivals alike. If the Philippines can field advanced Japanese warships, it sets a powerful precedent. Other countries in Southeast Asia might seek similar partnerships, eager to modernize their fleets and strengthen their own maritime defenses. Vietnam, Indonesia, and Malaysia will be watching closely, weighing their options and considering how such alliances could benefit their own security interests. The region could see a new wave of defense cooperation, with joint exercises, intelligence sharing, and coordinated patrols becoming more common. China, of course, will not ignore this. Beijing will likely respond with its own diplomatic and military maneuvers, seeking to maintain its influence and counterbalance these emerging partnerships. The message is clear. Smaller nations are not alone. Alliances are growing, and collective security is becoming a reality rather than just an aspiration. The balance of power is shifting, ever so slightly, against unchecked aggression. Each new partnership adds another layer of deterrence, making it harder for any one nation to dominate the seas. For the United States and other allies, stronger partnerships in Asia mean a safer, more stable Indo-Pacific. There will be challenges, of course. Differences in priorities, resources, and political will must be managed. Diplomacy must keep pace with military upgrades, agreements must be carefully crafted, and trust must be built through transparency and ongoing dialogue. Trust must be built, not just between governments, but also among ordinary people. Cultural exchanges, educational programs, and people-to-people ties will be essential in forging lasting bonds. Still, this could mark the start of a new era, one where shared security replaces fear, and partnership replaces loneliness. The sense of isolation that once plagued smaller nations may soon give way to a spirit of unity and mutual support. In the end, these talks between Japan and the Philippines are about more than warships. They represent a commitment to peace, stability, and a shared vision for the future of the region. They're about hope, partnership, and a future where the seas belong to all who call them home. A future shaped not by fear, but by cooperation and trust.